All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this ad hoc workshop. Very short notice. Also, um, not a lot of preparation. Um, we're going to look into a new feature in mimoLive that is we have added a filter to the automatic Zoom source. So the Zoom meeting source, there's one type that selects the speaker automatically, much like or exactly like Zoom would do it. And we now can have other Zoom meeting sources that are excluded from being switched to. And one of the things I want to do with this workshop is to test this functionality and see if we can provoke any um, unusual circumstances where it breaks or does not work as intended. Um, yeah, I'm gonna share my computer screen and going to do that in a second here. Um, Let's just see which one the correct one is. This one is the correct one. So yeah, so you now should be able to see my screen, the computer screen I'm working in. Um, we have the current beta version of mimoLive 6.13.b2, which has this feature. And we are going to start off with a blank document in 1080p. And I'm going to do that now, just making it bigger for everyone so we can see what's going on. Then I'm going to join this meeting. I have to, hmm, maybe jump through a couple of hoops because I haven't done this before. So let me see if I can just join using the invite link, or if I have to, actually I have to register. So I have to go into settings, accounts, and just log in with my Zoom account. Just let me just hide that for a second here so we don't get into sharing some information that shouldn't be there. And I need to find the password, which is let's use this one. Oh, I get to enter a one-time passcode. It's always fun. Um, Two-factor authentication, allow, and we are logged in, so I can hopefully join this meeting. Yep, I've done it. Just have to mute the audio here a little bit. How can I do this? Or I can just turn the volume down. Okay, now so I should be able to go and share the screen again so you can see what's going on. All right, so I've logged into Zoom, and this is what we see when we logged into Zoom. We have the Zoom meeting window. I can close this window. So now we are in mimoLive, and if you haven't seen it before, we can go and put in a Zoom meeting source. And we can request recording permissions so that we also get video and audio. And now we have that. We can put a placer layer and put that live so we can see something. We can select automatic. And what we now see is we see basically, I think someone else has to say something so that it switches once.
Okay, this is a test. Robert
Okay.
speaking, 1, 2.
All right. That's good. So
Testing
now we
3, 4.
see that,
Testing 3, 4.
yeah, we see that it's switching to, Michael, just a little bit, switching to the other people on this call when they talk. Robert, Ronnie, say something.
Okay, so
I'll say something. I'm at home.
You're at home. Good. That's good. And now what we do is we get a list of all the people on this call. We see who's all everyone who's there. And so what we do is we add a small picture-in-picture window. Oh, let's do a pip. That's probably more quicker now. And we'll define one Zoom meeting source, and we'll select someone from here, let's say me, and we'll put me into the small Zoom meeting thing, into the, yep. It's okay. And now someone else say something.
Okay, so theoretically, if we speak now, we should appear and it should go. Okay, it's switched.
It switched, and now it's switching back to me because we still have not turned on that ignore user in other Zoom sources. So if I do that,
and I can be talking a little bit just to have a switch getting to me instead of Robert.
And now if I talk, we don't switch back to me in the big screen. So that's the intended functionality. And now we can start playing around with more things to test. For example, what happens if I select automatic in both? So say something.
Hello, hello. Testing from San Francisco. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Yes,
so
I see myself everywhere.
yeah, so that doesn't work because it's not ignoring. So let's try what happens if we put both in it to ignore mode. Michael?
Hello, hello. It's a lovely, sort of foggy day here in San Francisco. And let's see what else is going on.
So that
John,
is
are you on the call or are you
working.
just listening?
That is interesting. Ronnie, say something?
Yeah, so I'm testing to see if the ignore function is actually handling the signals as it should.
So
We'll
now if
also
someone
chime
else
in and
is,
see if it switches to me. Yes, okay.
All right, so my expectation would have been that this doesn't work because the exclusion would always include the same source, and so it wouldn't, so that is interesting. So what else could we test? We could test to have two people in not automatic. Let's do Art and me, and put Art into a second pip thing. Put that up here. Just that, make that live. And now someone else say something.
So I'm a third person now. I'm speaking, and okay. So it hasn't.
And now only the third person should switch, right?
Yes, so when I'm starting to talk, I should switch to me, and it does.
That is awesome. It's working as expected.
It is very cool. I'm interested to see what happens if Art says something.
You're not supposed to be surprised, Oliver.
Art, if you say something, you shouldn't be in the
Yeah, it
automatic.
didn't switch. It didn't
Yes.
switch my angle.
Yep. So that is awesome. And I think that's a functionality that is very useful. However, one of the things that for making the extra hours thing, it probably won't work, because if we have like the same number of Zoom meeting sources, let's do split screen here for a second and put in maybe, do we have host and 5 or host and 4? So that's like 5 people. Do that, fix this, and add 2 more. Maybe let's do this. So we get automatic names. Maybe we switch that to the automatic one, and the smaller ones to fixed ones.
Nice.
So let's do 2 more fixed ones. And Michael and Schmuck.
So is this the window I'm in? Will that switch if somebody else talks?
Theoretically, yes. So when I start speaking, it should switch. Yeah.
Nice.
But this, as we can see here, if you use too many, and then we go back to turning this. So this works now that I think if John says something or he would turn on his microphone, we already, Ronnie says something, then we can see that Robert will be switched out for Ronnie.
Yeah, so I'm trying to replace Robert, and I managed to do that with just my voice.
Yeah. But if I switch the split screen off, then we see that still if Michael says something,
Hello, hello. I'm saying
it doesn't
something.
switch to Michael. And that's sort of a little bit of a problem for extra hours, because we can't have like multiple layouts with different amounts of people. And because the system is picking any source that is assigned to someone, so they are excluded from being automatically switched to, even if they are not on screen. That's a
solution
caveat for
would
now.
solution would be to have an automation that actually watches the switching layer and then unassigned the Zoom users from the unused layer.
Well, it would have to unassign them here, right? That is
Yeah,
sort
but
of like
can't we do that?
let me
Can't we
see.
do that in the automation layer?
Let me see if we can, if we unassign it, if that works. So Art or Michael, can you say something for a second, please?
Hello again from San Francisco.
Yeah, then it
So
works
that
again.
switched.
Yeah. Yeah, so one other idea we had is like you see the green button here and the red button. So the green, that's the tele light. And we could use the tele light information to exclude people instead of them being just assigned to a source. However, if I do this and add a multi-view. Oh, no, it does not. It does not. Huh. Interesting.
I was thinking it would be enough just
Oh yeah,
to unassign them
one
in
moment.
the...
I've done something. I've done something wrong here.
Yeah,
because
and my one view of me seems to be frozen.
I need to actually select the participant in here again. So So now it's not being used, but if I use it in like a, what's happening if I do it in a switcher, like we have here. So let's do a switcher, and I assign Mashmuk in the switcher. So put that live. Let's switch to something else. Oh, it's turned off again. Oh, that's good. So I should talk to Achim and see if we can somehow use the status of the source instead of the mere fact that it's assigned to
Yeah, that would be helpful, because when I was experimenting with it using the automatic, if it was in the layer stack in the source stack, it wouldn't switch to it even if it wasn't on. But
yeah.
if you could use the tally light, that would be cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take that back to Achim and see if we can improve that, because that would work with the multi-views if they are not turned on, then this would work.
So
Okay.
if I get this, Oliver, the tally lights turn to green when someone is in the program output.
The tally lights turn to green when someone is assigned
Not visible.
to a layer. So if I put Michael in here, but turn him off here, and he is green because he's assigned to a layer. So he may be turned on by switching the layer on. But he turns only red if he's in a layer that is live. That is a
Okay.
good thing.
Okay.
So we could use that instead of the, we could use the tally light. That's good. That's good to know. And I can, yeah, let's see if we can convince
Why is
Achim.
my image frozen there?
This is because the source is not assigned to you,
Okay.
but it still has your last. It was assigned to you. If I assign it to you
So I
again,
just grab it.
yeah,
Okay.
it
Got it.
just
All right, I'm
grabbed the
back.
last frame and sort of froze the last frame. So that's
Thanks.
why if I unassign you, then your frame will freeze again and it will just stay in that status.
And can we just do a test to see if switching off the camera does anything, Oliver?
Yeah, you can. You're visible.
So
Turn
I'm
off your
visible. I'm
camera.
going to switch off my camera now.
And then you're gonna be just frozen
Frozen.
until someone else talks.
Okay, and someone else should talk.
Yeah, so
Hello.
I can put in a few words and see what happens now.
Perfect.
And if you now talk, if Robert has turned off his camera and talks, then the camera won't switch away from Ronnie.
Okay, so I am speaking now. My camera's off and Ronnie is still on the screen. And when I turn my camera on, I come back. I should become visible now. Not yet, but I should become
Well,
visible.
because we've missed one switch, the one switching event. So that's so now someone else must talk first. Art, Art is visible. Michael,
Hello again.
Michael, maybe.
Yeah, my mic was off. I had to switch it back on again. Is that switching anything?
Are you assigned somewhere? No, you're not. Okay.
I don't know.
And now when Robert talks, then he should be.
Yep, and I'm going to say something now, and I should come back on screen.
Why are you not?
My camera is on.
Oh, because you're assigned here.
He's in a layer already.
Yeah, he's assigned somewhere. So we need to let's remove these again so we don't get Robert. Don't get Robert here. So that's why. Good. So now you should be.
Okay, so I should become the active speaker now. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. This is a really good thing. Okay, so
I
one
mean, it
important
works.
thing. Yep.
I'm sorry. One thing that I found very useful in my short testing with it was if you just wanted a basic Zoom meeting, I could do it basically with, two sources, an automatic Zoom source for the guests, a fixed Zoom source for the host, and basically two placer layers, and very efficient to do it this way.
Yep. Yeah. That's the whole point of this. It's like making it easy.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Yeah.
Plus that automation layer that Ronnie did for the names to pull the names into the lower third works great. So in literally what would be maybe 30 minutes of prep, I can now do, in 5 minutes for a show.
Yeah. 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 That's what it's supposed to be. All right, good. So did we have anything else on the agenda for today? Let me see. Yeah, I basically wanted to see what happens if we have multiple automatic. Let's see what we have if what we get if we do the spotlight. Let's spotlight someone. Spotlight. Okay. On spotlight. Let's spotlight Michael. Oh yeah. Now he shouldn't be there twice, but he is. Ronnie, can you say something?
Yes, of course. I would try to get rid of my face competitor in this video, and it doesn't.
Is automatic and spotlight doing the same thing in this case? If I spotlight something, the automatic
is not
will
working, it
be...
seems. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the automatic, if I spotlight someone, the automatic always has the spotlight thing. Okay, that's interesting. Good to know. Because that makes the whole thing that makes the whole logic go kaput. So can I put the screen share in there? Yeah, that does not make any difference, right? Does it? Ronnie, say something.
So I will see if it does, but it works as
No,
expected.
it does not. Yeah, let's see. Name contains. Let's put in Oliver there. Okay. So now I'm not gonna show up in the automatic. Art isn't doing that. So that works as well. Yeah, what else can we try? Put in John. We don't see anything because he's turned his camera off. All right, good. Yeah, so great test, worked. And
One thing that I did notice is if I put a automatic Zoom source in and a fixed person, an assigned person, and if I had both like a placer for audio for each, there was a delay. There's a delay, I guess, in the automatic selection of like a frame maybe or a subframe. But if I had both audio layers on, you would hear a delay.
So that is a good point because the automatic has the mix down. So theoretically, it includes both my audio and everyone else's audio. So this could be
It
a problem.
does.
So
Yeah,
this
I
could be a
basically
problem.
I had to take just the automatic audio to make it work, and it seemed to work
Okay.
fine. But if you were trying to do something with separate audio, and if you wanted to have the guest audio coming in automatically without having to assign the placers, you'd have some echo.
Okay.
So
That's
does the automatic feed work if the audio is off?
yeah. It's not the automatic feed is entirely controlled by Zoom.
Okay.
So basically, the Zoom meeting tells us what to do. The interesting question is, can we get ISO audio from the automatic Zoom source? That's another thing I have to make a note of and see if we can get that. Show me. Can we get ISO audio from automatic? Instead of the mixdown, which is a problem if we have to change this, because then we have to find a way how to get the mixdown audio. But we could probably just go and have another pop-up menu here that says mixdown audio, like the computer audio sharing, which we have here. Okay, so
Actually, I wonder if you had, I didn't test this, but if you had an audio only layer for your, basically to do your own mix, would that affect the auto switching? If there was an audio layer for that source, would it think that, it was in use and it wouldn't switch to the visual of
well,
it?
the thing is, we get what we asked the SDK to do. I'm not sure if I have to be more um, cautious with claiming things that Zoom can't and cannot do. So what we are asking the Zoom SDK is to send us the audio that comes with whatever, So I guess the default for automatic is that you get the mix down. So you get all the audio from the Zoom source. And what we want to do is to be able to say we only want the audio we want audio only from those users that are in the automatic view at this time. But that wouldn't work if multiple people talk over each other, then
Right.
we won't hear that. So yeah, interesting thing.
I mean, in the demo, using the demo meeting, like it worked fine because no one was talking over each other, and I could use the automatic audio and didn't have to worry about it. But in a real meeting, if you had people talking over each other, it might get messy.
Yeah, so it is possible that we can tell the SDK to give us a mix minus. But I have not looked into it. I have to ask Andy Caluccio if that's possible. And so what was the other thing? Can we use tele for determining if we have to exclude someone? This would be awesome, because then we can have like multiple views. We can still have everyone separately, but we can have auto switched subviews. That is awesome. Yeah. All right. Good. Any other questions? Let me see if I have. Did I put some else in the description? I think so. Yeah. So, does anyone have any questions we could tackle in this workshop? any additional things? Let me see if I can remember what I wanted to have in the workshop.
If there's no questions, I have a question, but it's mimoLive related, but it's not on this topic.
Okay.
Yeah, can I carry on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, the question is as follows. I've set up the automation in one mimoLive doc to grab all of the usernames and allocate the names to the lower thirds. Now I'm opening a second mimoLive doc on the same machine, and I can pick up by using the original mimoLive doc number. I can pick up the names from the users that way, but I'm having a clash because I'm using name in one doc and name in the other doc. Is that a possible cause of me not being able to show the names properly? It seems as if I'm picking them up and the name is being overwritten in the variable that's defined, or is the variable defined per document?
The variable is defined per document. Yeah. So it has to be, and also if you want to use a variable in a layer, in an automation layer that's defined in a different automation layer, the defining layer has to be below the layer you use the variable in, because the variables get only propagated from the bottom to the top.
From the bottom to the top. Okay, but I'm just taking it from one document and having the automation as second.
Yeah,
document.
you can't reference variables in another document, so you have to just
regenerate them. Okay.
You have to basically capture, do the same thing twice and get the information directly from the Zoom source in the second document.
But you can use the API to store info in the second document. Can't you do that?
Yes, because the API has the capability of storing objects in a document.
So basically,
but I'm not
in
sure
theory,
how much performance that is costing you and how that exactly is implemented. If it can, I mean, you have to wrap it into a JSON and then store it in that, because you can only store like a data blob. So you have to make
Correct.
a JSON and store it there, and then.
So in theory, Robert, you can do the processing in one automation layer in document one, and then as a part of that automation, you can collect everything, structure it as JSON, and then store it to the second document.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I will keep them separate, because the main document is the horizontal stream, which I usually do, and the second one is the vertical, which I sometimes do. And I'd like to run that really, really when I need to, and not have any.
It's better to then separate also the getting of the names.
Yeah, but I can use the same. I can call and get the same JSON from the second document in the first. Sorry, I can make the call for build the JSON in the second document based on the first document number and all of the names, Zoom names, and then allocate them to the lower thirds in the second document. Is that correct?
I don't think you can do that. You have to. No, you can't do that. So no, it's not possible, as I understand.
Even if I do the get JSON and pull them out with the first document name and the first document full AP string, the URL.
Oh, you can extract the names from the Zoom source in the first document.
Exactly. That's the way I want to do it.
That's what you can do. Using the API key for the where you include the document ID and the source ID complete string, then you can ask the first document from an automation layer in the second document. You can ask the first document for the name in the Zoom source. Yeah, you can do that.
And I can use the same names in the two documents because they don't see each other. So that's okay. Okay, I think I'm clear now. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Exactly. Awesome, awesome.
I'm going to leave you guys because I have some work to do now.
Yeah, it looks
see you.
like
Thank you very much.
It looks like we're basically done and thank you to Robert for joining because
I had one other question.
Art has another one. That's good. Let's do that.
So this is I guess related a little bit to that script that Ronnie wrote about the lower third automation, but I don't fully, my brain not wired to fully understand all the code that goes into some of these calls, but in Ronnie's script, he had the document ID for his demo to pull the names, and I get it. Like when I used it in my doc, I had to change the document ID to match mine. But wasn't there a variable like something document ID that should pull in the ID of the document I'm using automatically, without having to change that script every time?
Yeah, it's called document_ID.
Like I tried that. I thought it was simple enough, so I put it in, and I couldn't make that work. Like I thought that would be like generic script that any time I pasted that code into a new doc, it should, right, in theory, pull the names into Zoom. I couldn't make it work. Maybe I obviously did something wrong, but
the document ID gives you that global variable. I think it has to be all capital letters. That's one thing to check.
Okay.
And it only gives you the idea of the document where the script is in. It doesn't give you the some other document ID. So
yeah.
But I see what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the script so that you can copy it into a different document and it still works. Yeah. But I think you still have to edit the source IDs because they might be different from one document to the other as well.
Yeah, sources
not just the document,
just
the document ID, but also the
layer
IDs
ID
of the sources.
Yeah, and the variant layer ID.
Okay. Maybe that was where it didn't pull it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, otherwise, I got it to work, but I was just trying to figure out a way to try to make it like simpler.
Just post it in the Discord, and I'll jump in there and fix it or help to get it to work.
Yeah, basically, I think Artie should also put the document in there because that's the key thing, right? Is like knowing what the IDs are in the document.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks, Ronnie, for offering to troubleshoot that.
It's the best way of learning. So by diving in and construct theoretical problems that we all probably will have or get in the future, I'm trying to solve this for myself and try to find out. So, and actually, there is so much power in this, and there is so much you can do with this. So, I would think that we probably should have a meeting where we only discuss not the theoretical approach, but more concrete, like we did with extra hours with Alexander. So I actually sat the other day here and I was coding, and I was thinking, oh, there are so much thing we can do. My brain is about to explode, so I don't understand what we actually should try to do. So,
when you're trying to think this through, do you have like a flow chart? How do you conceptually design it before you think about what are the ways that we do it within Mimo? That seems to be my way of looking. I go, I need to make this do that. I need to get the Zoom call in. I'll do the QR code. Then it has to be somewhere where I could see it and talk to those people before we put it on a Jumbotron. So I've sort of done that. And then going back to Mimo, and there's lots of different ways of skinning that cat. So, I try to go back to the flow chart. And I don't know how, I'm just curious how you do that brainstorm.
So I have these. We use a lot of tools. So we use Notion, and I'm doing some drawings and very, very conceptualized kind of rough ideas. I have one thing that I'm working on, which is the concept of bringing a laptop to IBC show floor, and only that laptop. With mimoLive, with Insta360s, with action cameras coming in through USB, having two different external displays connected to that laptop. One is for the talent, and the other one is for the one that is actually cutting the show. And by doing this, I can make up different siphon senders that is actually just displayed on that output as an aux output to that display specifically. So that way I can build my own tiles. For those that know Zoom tiles, I can build my own tiles, and this functionality that we are talking about now, the automatic removal of other active Zoom participants. Let's say I have Bill as a reader in that manually made tiles, and I have 4 of the other in after hours popping up to that, so that the guest and the on-screen talent, the interviewer and the interviewee, can see that display specifically.
So when you're talking about doing this, are you when you say a laptop and 2 monitors, so this isn't mobile, this will be at a table there.
Yeah, it's an extremely overpowered, I have to say, portable production setup that is only feeding into the Zoom, is only feeding our own mixed audio and the switched image. So I can then, in my iPad, which is running Mimo remote control, I can just select what I'm supposed to send into the Zoom meeting. And this is so powerful. By adding 2 separate LCD monitors, I can do almost anything. So that is the way I'm prototyping, not as much as drawing.
Where will your mimoLive instance be, on that laptop or in the cloud?
Can you elaborate? I didn't understand.
We had a similar system. Did you watch any of the interactions when we were at our community media access, where we had a mimoLive on a table in an exhibit floor, and we had Oliver and was it Oliver and Guy and me, or I don't know what the guy was. Anyway, so
okay. Did you do a recording of that?
Yeah, Oliver, we had the recording. Again, it's very similar to what you do. What was the amazing thing there is that we were just using the local, not great speed internet, but had a rock solid switching of all our remote people and PTZ cameras that we had there. And Oliver, you have that recording. You posted it, I believe.
Which one?
Some of the videos from ACM with Gabe.
Oh, no, we didn't record that, so.
Oh, okay. Gabe did some recording, but that was just him trying to market it anyway. But
yeah, but back to your question, how I'm visualizing a user scenario. So extra hours is one scenario, office hours is one scenario, IBC is one scenario, and I have 3 or 4 other concrete productions that we actually use my mimoLive for, partly or wholly. So I have a lot of usage scenarios that are digging into, but a few of the things that we are now being able to do with Zoom and the automatic exclusion and by using the siphon sender layers and the siphon receiver layers, it's opening so many new doors. So it's so cool.
Yeah.
When you mention adding tiles to what you've done there, that's really cool.
Yeah, except I'm not using tiles. I'm creating my own tiles because mimoLive does that much better than tiles.
I meant the concept of tiles, not the actual tiles.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm absolutely with you there, Ronnie. We should do more workshops on very specific problems or very ideas. And your uh, system for going with the laptop to a trade show, that certainly makes for a great workshop. If we want to talk about that and see if we can do a workshop on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we should.
we should. Yes. All right. So I'm just gonna wrap the workshop up for now. We can then still hang out and discuss other stuff. And everyone, thank you for joining us. And we'll see you in the next workshop.
Thanks a lot.